my story was that I was playing baseball, and I'm very hardwired to be gay.
Right.
But then I think I lived in the closet for way too long.
Well, obviously you did. If you came out at 35.
Way too long that it did a lot of damage. And up until recently, you brought up stoicism. The pandemic, I was so angry at the world because I lived two lives. And then so mad. And I got into stoicism that to this day, like I still sometimes feel the rage, but I was never comfortable with guys. And I dated guys. And I dated guys in the closet for years. My first boyfriend committed suicide. Jesus. So I would go through that. And then I would date other guys. And I was still trying to play baseball. And it just was this weight. What the relief was doing comedy. And then when I came out, my buddies who were my buddies before I came out, they kind of like, but then when I came out, they were still my buddies. But I still had this, what did you say, the PTSD card certified. I was dealing with a lot, but now I feel fine, but I still think about a relationship with a man difficult.
Really?
Difficult, yeah.
That depends on whether you have role models or people you've seen in your life who've done that. I mean, it's the same with almost everything. Have you seen like positive figures or positive relationships? I was lucky enough growing up to see positive relationships of several different kinds, so I never had a worry about that. But your description of living a double life, I mean, it's terrible and incredibly destructive.
Oh, suicidal at one point, years ago,
I'm sure.
Before comedy. But.
There's a beautiful line in Wilde's poem, The Ballad of Reading Gaol, where he describes the prisoner who's in prison for killing his wife, and just before he's executed, Wilde describes this cry from the cell as the hangman gets him. And Wilde says, what he says, and all the woe that moved him so that he gave that bitter cry, and the wild regrets and the bloody sweats none knew so well as I, for he who lives more lives than one, more deaths than one must die.
Intense.
That's crazy. Yeah. More lives than one. It was.
If you live more lives than one, you'll die more than one death.
Yeah.